How do you make dreams come true? Well, you make them real, right? So many people have dreams that never get reached. So many people have dreams that never get realized, and that's because they don't make them real. So you ask yourself, Steve, what the heck are you talking about? How do you make them real? Well, you make them real by visualizing them, right? Well, how do you visualize? You can't just like visualize out of the blue, I want to be a billionaire, right? Or I want to be a millionaire or whatever, a multimillionaire. Well, so how do you do that? And we've talked about this before, so it might not be new for some of you. But if you think about it for a second, 1 second. Okay, there we go. I'm going to share this around. Sorry about this. If you think about it, though, when you have dreams, right, and you're just dreaming about them, it's sort of hard to figure out what's going to happen to get you there, right? Well, there's a lot of things we talk about when we say forget about the how. And the way you can forget about the how is quite simple. You create certainty. And certainty comes from knowing who you are and your purpose. And you're like, okay, here we go again, right? Well, let's skip over that because most of you know that. Once you find your true identity, you find your purpose, then of course you create the world of your dreams in front of you while you're moving forward. And there's a lot of talk out there about setting goals and this, that, and the other. And of course, you have to set goals. In our goal setting course with Lane, it was 100 goals for 30 years. And the goals you set aren't like I want to be a billionaire, because what's a billion look like? What's a billion look like? Is it a number on a bank statement? Is it a pile of cash in your basement? What does it look like? And that's the question you got to ask yourself. How does that look? Well, that's why we always say set your goals for a lifestyle of someone who has $1 billion. So let's go through that. What does someone who has $1 billion have in their life? What does their life look like? And that's when you start getting the idea of like, I get it now. So let's say a millionaire. What does a million look like? They got a nice house. It's paid off, right? Maybe a foundation that pays for that, so you don't have to pay any taxes. Maybe you own equity in a couple companies. And maybe you have a family, 3 kids. You got a dog. What kind of house is it? What's the yard look like? What city is it in? What are your neighbors like? I mean, these are the things you want to look at. These are the things that because you're creating a real life picture in your mind. It's called visualization. Professional sports players use visualization constantly in order to get better. We had an organization called Gentlemen in Sports a few years ago, and we had a world-class hypnosis coach who helped with visualization with soccer players, and he guaranteed 7% more goals just through visualization. Michael Jordan used visualization. He said he saw the ball going in the hoop before it even left his hands, right? And he would see that over and over and over again. So when he went to shoot, it just happened. Same thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He visualized himself being Mr. Universe way before he was. We have the soccer players. The top athletes in the world, the top performers in the world, they visualize. They visualize their entire life down to the smallest detail, to the smallest minute detail in order to create that vision in their head that then what becomes real, because we all know that the brain doesn't know the difference between what is real and what you're visualizing. So once you get to the point where you're visualizing it enough and it feels comfortable and recognizable to you, then your brain says, oh, it must be real. Then that's when the certainty kicks in, right? So the certainty kicks in and you're like, wow, I'm starting to see things happen. Now, this is where it gets difficult, because a lot of people will then focus on the how. Okay, in order to buy equity in these 5 companies, I need to do that. In order to no. Of course, you set a path, you have a process, you have procedures, you have the goals, you have the vision, you have all that stuff there. Now you got to look for the opportunities, right? Let's say not look for, let's be open for the opportunities. And the opportunities will show up in many ways. They're going to show up, someone sitting beside you on a plane. They'll be showing up at an event. They'll be showing up at the grocery store. They'll be showing up everywhere. The thing is this, you can't pick and choose. You got to talk to all of them. That's my advice. Talk to everybody. I mean, I talked to you guys before about the investment fund that we're starting. That came through just me commenting on a Facebook post, right? Your intuition will tell you every single time. If you need to talk to somebody, if you need to hook up with somebody, if you need to ask them a question, if you need to just say hello, your intuition will always tell you, do not deny that first impulse that you get for a feeling or for, and let's not talk about millionaire. Let's talk about that next job. Let's talk about that next contract. Let's talk about that next gig, right? It's right in front of you. I promise you. It happens to me all the time. People that I never even thought about asking are asking me, like, how did I not see that? So it's a constant challenge to stay aware of your surroundings, who you are, who's around you, and actually if you can add value to them, or they can add value to you, for instance. So this is this conscious awakeness, I don't want to say wokeness, but awakeness of looking and understanding who's around you and what you can add for value. You won't know that until you ask questions, and you won't know that until you listen to what they say and hear what they mean. Then you can start fulfilling their needs. And when you fulfill needs by adding value, focusing on the intention only, because that's all you can control, don't worry about the outcome. It's about the intention. Someone will feel that intention, but they'll also feel when you're looking at an outcome. And that looking at the outcome will push them away. It will create friction between the two of you. If you focus on the intention, adding value, solving problems, adding value, solving problems, you're always going to be a step ahead of everybody else who goes out there and tries to pitch, sell, connive, cookie cutter solutions, and all that kind of stuff. All right. So where do you want to go? Right? Where do you want to go? For real, where do you want to go? You want to be a millionaire? What's that life look like? Right? You want to move to Florida? What's that life look like? Right? What kind of a life are you living in Florida? Is it on the water? Is it on the beach? Is it on a lake? Is it a house? Is it a condo? Is it a ranch? Do you have animals? Do you don't have animals? Do you hate animals? Whatever. Like get details. Get details, write them down. And if you even want to go even further, make a vision video or make a vision board. Oh, there's comments. I'm sorry. I didn't see them. Here we go. Hey, Olga, how you doing? Richard, what's up, brother? Hey, Corolla, good to see you. Hey, Chris. All right, man. Good to see you, brother. All right. Yes, visualization is super important. Hey, Ravon, long time no see. Hope you're doing fantastic. All right. Corolla, keep conversations going humbly. Indeed. And it isn't about chatting everybody up and vomiting your life story on them. It's about listening to them, right? Hearing what they say. What are they saying? What do they want to talk about? Why is it important to them? What can you do to help them to add value? And I tell you what, you can help someone almost every single day, if not every single day. And even if that help is just giving them a compliment, making them feel good about themselves, making you feel good because you help somebody else feel good. That's the smallest thing you can do, right? But it's positive, and it helps them get along. It helps them feel better. It empowers them. It gives them that strength, that energy, that recognition. Everyone seeks that, everyone seeks sort of certainty in themselves, right? And we can be that facilitator. And that can lead to anything. You never know. That person might not be the person with you, but they're going to talk about you as somebody else because you made them feel good. And that somebody else was like, I want to meet this guy. And it's like making a shopping list. You don't want to forget anything. Exactly. But you can switch those words around. It's like making a shopping list. You want to remember everything. You go in the positive. The negatives, forget anything. I'm saying remember everything. So what's up, baby? Yeah. What's up? My beauty. So even that internal dialogue, the words that you say to yourself, so important. If you say, oh, I can visualize it, but man, that'll never happen. Well, then it won't, right? It won't. It's up to you to create that world. And it's up to you to believe that world can exist for you. And then once it does, you're going to see amazing things starting to happen. But it's a daily conscious exercise to actually look around and find and be open for and assess, like, okay, that person wants to talk to me. I don't feel like it right now. Maybe I should. That's why I talk to 3 new people every single day. And every single day there's magic going on. Okay? Hope that helped you today. Hope you're having a fantastic one. Ending up and rounding up the week. Tomorrow's Friday. Let's crush it today. Make sure you have a great day tomorrow to prepare for Monday so that you can have all of your appointments, whatever it is that you have on Monday and Tuesday, ready to go so you can relax on the weekend if you are off. Okay, everybody? Have a fantastic one. And remember, it's all about quality of life. We'll see you tomorrow.